Hey everybody, I just got out the movie Weapons, directed by Josh Krieger. The movie's about a group of kids that disappear at exactly 2:17 in the morning, which leaves the city shook. So they all have to discover and look to figure out the mystery behind why all these kids disappeared. And that's really just all I can say about this. This is going to be a spoiler-free review. Weapons is a psychological horror that plays with time, truth, and trauma. I was curious about this movie because the director Barbarian made this, and I saw Barbarian. It was a very interesting movie. It wasn't perfect, but it was entertaining enough, in my opinion. So when I saw the trailer for this, it came off very mysterious and eerie because it's literally just talking about kids disappearing at 2:17 a.m. with no information about why or how. So I'm like, you know what, that looks interesting. It really grabbed my attention. The promotion for this was, honestly, it was so cool. Seeing how it's based off a true story, I hope it's not based off a true story, but if it is, dang. But just that alone, just the mystery of wondering that gets you more curious to see this. What works with this movie, the structure of this movie was actually pretty bold. And it's crazy that this movie actually went the way it went because the storytelling comes off like Pulp Fiction. It starts off with explaining, but then it breaks into different pieces. You see viewpoints from different characters and other characters' viewpoints. It's really broken up like that. And I liked how he did that, and he actually successfully did that. It went about how they made chapters of each character with this movie, and I actually liked the flow of that. Julia was very good in this. I liked her. This is her third movie this year. She came out with Wolfman, Fantastic Four, because she was Silver Surfer in that, and now she's in Weapons. And each movie she played in, she actually gave a very good performance. I know she's in the show Ozark, which people said that she's very good in that as well. So I hope to see more of her after seeing this movie because she played the distraught teacher, the one that had to figure everything out. You really feel her emotion and feel the panic in her and just how she just seems like she has a lot of bad luck. And you have Josh Brolin in this movie. Fun fact, Pedro Pascal was supposed to play his character, but due to scheduling conflicts and I think the writer's strike, it prevented him from playing this character. But imagine, replace Josh Brolin with Pedro. You know he's not going to shave off that mustache to play this role. And plus he's been in a lot lately. I don't know if you guys are getting Pedro fatigue, but I like him. I think that he's been crushing all the roles that he's been in. So seeing him in this would have been something. Maybe in a different universe. But Brolin crushed this role. It really fit him. Just his attitude, his demeanor. I really enjoyed him in this movie. He was really freaking out in this movie and really gave a great performance of how much he wanted to figure out what was happening in this film. Visually, this movie looks great. The cinematography and the vibes and the visuals of the film is just very eerie and dark, and it really touches you inappropriately. It rubs you the wrong way. It gets creepy and gets under your skin. Not trying to make this sound weirder than I just made it sound. The things that didn't work with this movie, there's a few things because granted this movie's not for everybody, trust me. The movie, it starts off well. The beginning somewhat drags in my opinion, and then the middle kind of drags a bit more. It slows down a bit and kind of takes you out of the movie. And by the end of this movie, there's a lot of things that are still unsolved. There's a few plot holes in this film. I feel like they could have made this movie longer, especially by taking out certain aspects that dragged in this movie to just put it in the whole movie, to just expand it and to just go deeper into the lore of what's going on here and the mystery behind it and add more stuff to it. The standout moments in this movie for me, there's a character in this film named James. He was, not cool, but I'm not giving him props because I share the same name as him. But just the scenes with him, because the director of this movie is the director of Barbarian, so there's a lot of comedic moments. And that horror movie is the same with Weapons. There's some comedic moments. It's not always just dark and scary. And some of these comedic moments come from this character. He's just one of the wild characters in this movie. and just everything with him, like there's a mystery behind him that makes you curious more about him when you do see him on screen. And this movie, I feel like you could watch it a second time to catch a lot of things you didn't catch the first time, because I'd watch this a second time and I feel like I find a lot more the second time, and both times will keep me entertained. This isn't a movie that's boring. This is a movie that like it really gets to it. It wasn't what I expected this movie to be, but I'm glad that this movie is like this. Granted, I'd tweak a few things around it. The rating for Weapons, I'd give it a solid with snaps. It's ambitious, it's unique, it sticks with you, even if it doesn't all come together so perfectly. Because towards the end of the movie, when you figure everything out, just how it ends, it could have had more story to it. There could have been more effort into like the whole thing once the mystery just... I don't know if I loved it, but I damn sure respected it. I respected the type of movie this was, and the promotion that came with it. But I want to hear your take. Did Weapons leave you impressed, annoyed, furious, sad, scared? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And hey, if you like my vibe, comment below, like and subscribe. And I'm James Hancock, signing off.